Good morning and welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for being here today. We're going to be reviewing Minwax 2024 Color of the Year Bay Blue. That's right, Minwax. This is a stain we're talking about today. A stain we are talking about. There's the stains in the can there by Minwax. Welcome to our Christian Painters community. I appreciate you being here. It is so important to me that you would be here today. And it's also important for this little man, my grandson, all the good things that are real in the world of make-believe right here. All right, so we're going to be looking at this color, harmonious color that fits any mood. Now we're going to be looking at many different angles of this Minwax stain color of the year, Bay Blue. I'm going to keep it quick. You're lucky today. I've got a cold, so I can only talk so much. I want to say thank you to X610 Chill. That's the music you're listening to here in my intro, and I always play some X610 Chill at the end of this podcast as well. So do us all a favor and hand on over to your favorite MP3 format and pick up some X610 Chill ambient vibes to listen to. And if you have any questions about colors today and color coordination, that's one of the reasons I'm here. I am here to talk about Blue Bay Blue, Minwax Color of the Year 2024. But I'm also here making myself available to share a lifetime of experience with colors with you. So if you have any questions about colors and how they will actually look in your home, I can show you pictures, I can show you videos, and they're my videos of homes that I painted myself with my business here going on 25 years. That's right, going on 25 years. I had to say it a couple of times myself to believe it. I painted my first house in June of 1999. Now that's as Christian painters. Prior to that, obviously I had years of experience. I've been painting all of my life. I've done sales a few times between and figured out I was really good at sales. So after doing sales for a few people and being number one in all sales jobs I've had, and needing to raise my family and really more than anything else, it wasn't the independence. It was the idea of being able to give 100% to my customers. That's what I found working for someone else. I was never able to actually give 100% to my customers. And so that was the driving force behind starting my own business painting houses. One was to feed my kids, raise my kids, but two was to be able to do something every day where I could give 100%. All right, so speaking of that, let's see. I'm going to get rid of this for a second. It's what I'm after. Hello, everybody. I do have a good program planned. I've got, 20-something pictures of this Minwax stain here in different formats. Let's see. I got to do this real quick. That and this. Outlaw. Got to change that name so you know who you're talking to. There you go. All right. Yeah. Outlaw is my nickname. That comes from, since it's up there, I'll go ahead and share it with you. Outlaw represents many multiple things as an artist. A lot of those things fit me. Some of them don't. But like biker gangs, I'm not affiliated with any gangs of people, not churches, not politicians, not bikers, not the police, nobody. I am completely independent. That's the way I like it, because I like to give 100% to everything I do always. And what I have found is when you're affiliated with anyone, you have to do it their way, which means you can't do it your way. And sometimes that works, like if you're part of a union and you're building a building in downtown Dallas, sometimes that union process is the kind of rigid scheduling and structure that you need to build a building. But I'm not building entire buildings. I'm just repainting houses and repainting buildings and things. So anyway, back to that name Outlaw so I can move on. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because it was there. Uh, when I realized that what everyone is calling, let's see, everyone has faith and belief in a person that they 100% believe is who they believe that person. Goodness, how do I say this? Plus, I have a cold. So I'm just going to say it real simple is that the Jesus Christ of the Bible to me is not the same person that I hear most people talk about. To me, I identify with that person in the personality traits that he's the original outlaw. I'm sure there were more before that Jesus Christ, but growing up in the Bible Belt and in the age that I live in, that's one of the most prominent people or characters that we hear about, read about, and know of. And so when I read the story of Jesus Christ in the Gospels, I was like, whoa, I like this guy. He doesn't like the government. He doesn't like corruption. And he's willing to call them out and say, hey, you guys are not good. And as a matter of fact, that's my belief. Everybody says, no, he died for our sins. I think he died. You can think anything you want. I'm not here to, proselytize or talk anybody out of their faith. That's why I really don't talk about it more than anything else. I don't ever talk about this because I'm not here to talk anybody out of their faith. But for me personally, I identify with anyone, who has a disdain for authority, authority figures wanting to take your money or not wanting, in this case, actually taking your money, stealing your money, controlling your life. And I think that character, that original outlaw in the Gospels, had the same ideas that I already had in my life, where I was like, hey, I don't appreciate a government taking my money at gunpoint, because if you don't think you're going to pay your taxes, you just wait and see what happens. So a government forcing me to give my money without any representation at all whatsoever. None. Zero representation. They called it taxation without representation in 1776. And I'm not a 1776 guy either. I don't think that there ever was a Revolutionary War that was won with pitchforks and one-shot rifles. It's it's surrounding us. Great Britain is, the crown is in Canada. The crown is around the world. So I don't want to get into it. I do thoroughly enjoy researching and investigating and knowing information for myself. But you know what I don't enjoy is sharing that information with others. So I'm going to move right along. I just wanted you to know, since I had that name Outlaw up there, where it comes from for me personally. Yeah, the original outlaw, the Jesus Christ of the Bible. All right. So with that, forgive me, please, please, please. And let's get right into this. I have a new business card. You may have seen me passing them out around town. I've been taking pictures as I pass these cards out. Let's see. I've got a picture here somewhere. There it is. That's good old Westlake Ace Hardware right here in Mansfield, Texas, offering Magnolia Home colors. This is a paint. Magnolia Home is a paint made by Kills, the primer company, Kills. And so they have some really nice colors. When everybody thinks about painting and paint colors, they ordinarily think of Sherwin-Williams. But I'm here to tell you that you have a lot more options, and especially when it comes to paint colors. So Magnolia Home. Also, you'll see a lot of videos on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page and pictures of Benjamin Moore colors. Benjamin Moore, you can find all their colors at Westlake Hardware. Also the hardware store in North Arlington. It's not Westlake and it's not Foster's. It's Mix something. It's right there at Cooper and Lamar. I went to a lot of stores over the last couple of weeks, putting out my business cards. And I want to tell you that that store in North Arlington was one of the most welcoming, most encouraging stores. And I almost don't even want to say it because all the painters are going to rush up there to put their cards in. But they were like, "No, we'll send you all of our paint business." So North Arlington, I am coming your direction. These are my new business cards. You can find them at all the Lowe's and Home Depots and hardware stores from Alvarado to North Arlington. Uh, I'll be going Midlothian way probably later today. I don't know. I have this cold, so I don't know. But and then Fort Worth. So South Fort Worth, definitely not North Fort Worth. I mean, I'll work up there in North Fort Worth, but I have to charge, obviously, like any other painter has to charge to drive across town. So my areas are going to pretty much are, from South Fort Worth to Midlothian, that's east and west, and North Arlington to Alvarado. So that's a large area. That includes Burleson, Crowley, Rendon, Mansfield. That's a lot of area to cover, and I can cover all of those areas and give you the absolute best service possible. And that's the idea. If I'm fighting traffic to get up to Plano, sure, I can work in Plano, but I'm fighting traffic for, an hour and a half to get there. I'm already wore out. That's just the truth. I'm wore out just driving in traffic for an hour and a half. And it shouldn't be that way, but it is. So anyway, if you want to help me, you can do so now by hitting that like button and share this video. Those are two very simple things you can do to help me, is hit the like button and share this video. From there, the thing you can do more to help me the most would be to subscribe. When you get to my YouTube channel, you'll see that bell. Hit that bell and then hit it a second time and hit all. So that way you get notifications of all my videos, and YouTube loves that. Like YouTube is owned by Google. So YouTube, Google, and all those algorithms love it when you just subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you want to help me continue to bring you the best in color and decor information, and then also make myself available here for answering questions, free estimates, and free color consultations, the best way to do it is to subscribe to my YouTube channel or hire me as a painter. That's obviously the best way. But don't feel like you have to, because anybody listening right now or after this video is published, after I'm done making it, you can contact me for a free estimate, for free color consultation, and any questions and answers you might have. So that's the idea here. Right now, I'm starting off slow. Eventually, I will bring on more customers like I have in the past, more business owners like I have in the past. But I am making myself available. One of the last videos I made is on the color of the year 2024, Blue Nova. So I encourage you to go check that out. And today, this video is going to be all about Minwax 2024 color of the year, how you can use that, what it looks like in a semi-solid and a semi-transparent. That's very important. And how you can get the best help at Lowe's here in Mansfield. This is Jonathan, everybody. You've seen him down there if you've been to Lowe's. But if you haven't and you're going somewhere else, I encourage you to go to Lowe's, because this gentleman right here is the most helpful, most intuitive. Like, he is just an intelligent fella. And I really enjoy intuitive, intelligent, considerate people. Those are my favorite people in the world. And you won't find anyone more so than this gentleman, Jonathan, right there at your neighborhood Lowe's in Mansfield, Texas. So we're going to be talking about a lot of those kinds of things. But that's it. While I'm talking about colors, I'm making myself available to answer any questions that you have about painting and painting related issues. And I'm also making myself available to give you a free estimate today. All you have to do is use your cell phone or your iPad, and turn your camera on, turn your phone around, and show me your painting needs. And I can get you a free estimate today. I can also help you with a color consultation and answer any questions that you have. One of the ways that you can do that is just by commenting, whether you're on this is going out through live stream. That's what that little duck is. That's StreamYard. And it's going to YouTube primarily, but also Facebook and Twitter X. So all you have to do is comment on any one of those three social media formats, and it'll come up right here like this. I'll say, hello, everybody, and welcome. Boom. So that's going out right now to those formats, and then it'll come up here in StreamYard, so I can just bring it up and answer your question, and it's that easy. All right, I do need to put my Zelle information up, and I need to put it up as a streamer here, so I'm going to do that in just a minute. I'll play a quick video, and while that's playing, I'll put my info up. But let's go ahead and get into it. Minwax, not Minwax, Minwax, since 1904. 2024 color of the year, bay blue. Isn't that a beautiful color? I mean, I just really thoroughly like it. Okay, so they have provided multiple pictures of this for us to look at. Now, I want to point out that this is very important. This is a semi-solid, solid stain color. So this is a solid stain color. But even a semi-solid, it's the same thing as a solid stain color. Basically, it looks like paint, right? I've got pictures here somewhere, and I definitely pulled up the YouTube channel so that you can see the YouTube channel. Okay, see over there on the left side, that's a semi-transparent. And if you ask me if you're going to stain something, really that's what you're after, is a semi-transparent. But this is all the more reason to have a professional do the work for you, is because a semi-transparent has to be applied correctly. Semi-solid or a solid is easy. You just apply it like paint, and it pretty much looks like paint. You can see it there on the bottom. That bottom one is a semi-solid or a solid, and look, there's no wood grain left. The one to the left, that's the semi-transparent, and you can see all the wood grain. So I want to point out, as I'm showing you these pictures, that this is a semi-solid. The reason you're seeing that wood grain, that is the difference between a paint and a stain on wood, right? Wood specifically. The difference between a paint and a stain on wood is that stain is designed to absorb into the wood. In this case, it's a semi-solid, so it's completely absorbed into the wood. A paint, however, is designed to cover the surface of the wood. So one is that paint is not designed to go directly on wood, even if, or especially if, someone says, oh, it's a paint and primer in one. You don't have to prime. Well, yes, you do. Whoever tells you that, don't listen to anything else they say. They mean well, but they just don't know what they're talking about, okay? If you're talking about putting a primer and paint in one on your walls, it still isn't the way to phrase it. It's just a thick paint. But when you're talking about wood, that's what we're talking about today. So let's clarify. We're talking about new wood. And if you're painting new wood, you have to prime it first. The reason you have to prime it is because it has oils in the wood, and those oils will secrete out of the wood, because paint is not designed to absorb into the wood and seal it off. Stain, however, is, though. That is the number one quality of stain, is to seal in the wood. So when you're staining something, most people don't even know this. What you're doing, that stain, its primary property is to seal the wood, to seal in the oils. you put a protective clear coat on top of it because the protective clear coat protects the stain, but the actual stain seals the wood. So in this case, you can see the grain in the wood, but you don't see the difference. Basically, what you're seeing here, and I promise you, the reason you're able to see it so well here is because of the way the picture was taken, the lighting it was taken in. You put a semi-solid on any wood in your home, and most of the time you're not going to see the wood grain. You have to kind of get in the right light and look at it to see the wood grain. So I'm not intending to knock a semi-solid. What I am intending to do is point out the difference, that the most beautiful look to my eyes with a stain is what you're seeing here on that little tab on the left. And I've got the web page pulled up here because I couldn't get the graphic to download. I got this one to download, which is still important because there's two things that you have to know about stains. One is that all woods absorb stains differently. So for example, if you really want to see the stain, you need an oak wood or a pine. But you get to a lower grade of wood than that, and I say that carefully because walnut is not a lower grade of wood, but this poplar, walnut, and birch, it just absorbs so much stain that you can't even see the wood grain anymore. So there basically isn't enough wood grain in birch, walnut, poplar. You really had to have a red oak wood, a white oak wood, or a pine to be able to enjoy a stain. Now, keep in mind, you can see at the top of the picture here, it says solid color stain. So what you're seeing in that wood grain is not the wood grain. It's just the uneven surface of the wood. Where there is grain in a wood, there's a slightly uneven surface. Even if it's cut smooth, it's the nature of wood and wood grain. And so what you're seeing there is only the surface difference, not the stain difference. Again, I'm going to go back to this, and right now while I'm talking about it, I'm going to pull up this other web page that shows this. All right, I think this is it right here. All right, I got to get rid of this picture, and then I'm going to come over here and make this larger so that we can see it. It's this picture right here. I can't, if I click on it to make it larger, it just goes to the Lowe's web page. And so I can't really make it much larger than that. Here's another right here. I might be able to, let me go ahead and see if I can save that one. And I can pull it up on the screen larger if it saves. But you can see here, here's another one. So let me try that one. The reason I did not save these is because they're square images, and I like the rectangle images that cover the surface of the screen. But so while that's happening, let me go back up here and show you. You can't see this as well, and I apologize. I can see right over here on StreamYard as I go back and forth. Now I'm back on the web page, that it's challenging to see. But I wanted you to see a couple of things. Notice the walnut there, how much that changes. So that's important to notice. But back to a semi-transparent, that's what this is. Oh, and it's not even the right color. It's skyfy blue. It's not bay blue. So what's going on here, Minwax? I just need a sample of the bay blue with these woods. And you're not providing it, but you're providing these solid stains. But nevertheless, it's close enough of a color where you can see how this bay blue would look with different types of wood. So this is the red oak, this is the white oak, and this is the pine. So you can see those are the three types of woods that you need if you're going to stain. If you have poplar, walnut, birch, you might as well just prime and paint, unless what you're after is this walnut. Now, anytime you're staining walnut, any wood, you need to stain a sample first and see how that actual piece of wood is going to stain, because not every piece of red oak is the exact same. Not every piece of white oak is exactly the same. Not every piece of walnut is exactly the same. And so, if you're looking for something really extraordinary, walnut can be your choice of wood. But notice how dark it stains here. So, and you'll see that if you look over at some of these other pictures, that theme continues. That's walnut right there, darker. But see on this solid stain, it's just a cover. It's not really a stain. The solid stain might as well be a paint. The only difference you see in a solid stain that you won't see in a paint is the surface. The stain doesn't change the surface, because stain is designed from the manufacturer to absorb into the wood to seal it off so it doesn't feel in the wood grains. But paint, on the other hand, is 100% designed to seal in the wood grain. All right, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can upload these. Yeah, I've got two of them right here. Let's get those up here and see what happens. All right, so I don't know exactly what kind of wood that is right there. If I were to guess, it looks like the red oak or white oak, but probably the red oak. This one looks a little better, doesn't it? I apologize. My throat's already wearing out on me. All right. So that's the look that you're after. When you see these right here, keep in mind that the wood grain that you see is merely surface level. It's not, you don't see any of the wood. It's not the actual, I mean, wood grain. It's not the discoloration in the wood grain that's making this look. It's just the surface level. And that's still a nice look. So I'm not knocking it. But if you really want to experience a stain, the way that you do it is by using a semi-transparent. And then again, you also have to have a professional that knows how to apply it, because you can mess this up pretty fast. Whereas a solid stain, it's almost like painting. It's little more challenging than painting, but a lot easier, and it takes a lot less expertise than it does to do this, which would be semi-transparent. So if you're after the semi-transparent or the stain look, that's my recommendation. And I apologize. I wish that I had more pictures of the semi-transparent, but I just couldn't find them. I mean, I searched and searched and searched and could not find them, but they have plenty of these harmonious color that fits any mood. Now that's talking about bay blue, which is true. Intriguing yet uncomplicated. You notice I put that as my background. I'm going to go ahead and stop that screen. Put that as my background. You can't really read it, but intriguing yet uncomplicated. I fancy myself as fitting that right there. Elevate a sense of modern comfort. So you can see it looks really nice on a door. Um, here's a good way to kind of explain the difference between a semi-solid and a semi-transparent. You know, doors are made, interior doors are made in a molding. They're not, this isn't actually wood, and it's not actually, like a veneer of wood surface. That's just a fiberglass door, but it's made in a mold. So they're able to mold it to look like wood, right? So if you paint that door white or blue, it's still going to look like wood, painted wood, but it's not. So if you were to try to stain that with a semi-transparent, it wouldn't work. It would just look ugly. But if you stain it with a solid or a semi-solid, then you can retain some of that wood grain surface look. So that's what's really good about this picture. That's exactly what that is. It's not a wood door. That's a fiberglass interior door that's coated with a semi-solid or a solid Minwax stain, and it looks good. So this is one of the best uses of a semi-solid stain, in my opinion. Over here, these are the stains. Oh, great. Wow. I knew this was here. This is really all I needed this whole time. So glad I clicked on this. Okay, so it doesn't tell you what type of wood it is. I'm going to, I guess and suspect that it's the red oak, at least the white oak, because you can see all that wood grain there. But in the center of this picture, you have the two cans of Minwax stain. One is a semi-transparent color stain. And if you look to the left of that can, you can see that's the look that you're after. If that to me is the best use of a stain, okay? And it doesn't matter if you're doing a brown like a walnut, or if you're doing a blue, or if you're doing a natural wood stain, like a honey type of a wood stain. Um, Semi-transparent is the look that you're after because it looks like stained wood. Whereas if you look on the right hand side, again, not knocking this is solid color stain, so not semi-transparent. Semi-transparent doesn't look a whole lot different. I mean, not semi-transparent, semi-solid doesn't look a whole lot different. And honestly, that's why I would recommend. I mean, solid is probably, if you're not after the semi-transparent look that you see on the left, there's no need to really go with a semi-solid. Just go with a solid, because that's what you're doing, is you're basically painting that piece of wood. But the difference is you will still retain the value of the wood gradient, right? Because the stain doesn't fill it in. It absorbs into the wood, seals off the wood, and the oils inside the wood. And a primer does the same thing, but a primer fills a little bit, and then paint, whether it's oil or latex, but more so latex. Oil has more of a property to absorb into. So that's why I always use an oil-based primer on woods, but you can always paint that same wood with a latex if that's what the customer wants. But 99.999% of the time, I'm using an oil-based primer and an oil-based paint on all woods. And so it does retain more of the actual gradient of the wood with oil-based products. But if you're using a latex primer and a latex paint, it's just covering over and filling in, and you lose all of your wood grain. All right, so harmonious color that fits any mood. I'm so glad that I came back across this. I'll probably come back across it again just for fun. There's that door again, looking really nice. Okay, so here's some of the pictures that I pulled off of the interwebs provided by Minwax, so you can see this in different settings. And, my guess is that this is a semi-solid or a solid stain, and it has to be a red wood because you can see all the surface gradient of that stain, and it looks really nice. There's that other picture that I was showing you, and it's got that picture there inset in there, and it's got that nice blue chair there. So I don't know exactly why they put that there. It's an attention getter. And then it's got the border around it also. All right, so here, if you have a cabinet space, this is a wonderful thing to do, especially with a colored stain. If you have a cabinet space that's a little out of the way, but it's still, right there in your kitchen or your office space or your dining space, this type of a stain is a wonderful idea to accent that. As long as it's not, an ugly thing. So, for example, not as much anymore because people aren't really being as decorative these days. But back when people had the money to spend or credit to extend to be a little more decorative, one of the most common misnomers that would be brought up would be, hey, I want to paint my stair wall as an accent. And what they're talking about is that small space on the outside of the stairs in the entry hall area. And in some cases, but less often, That wall is designed by the builder, the designer of the home, to be an accent wall. And so it looks great painted. But in most cases, it's not designed to be an accent wall. It's just designed merely for practicality. You know, you've got to put stairs here. It's a two-story home. And so if you have an ugly wall, that is not the wall that you want to accent with a a color, because it's still an ugly wall that you just made a different color. So this type of a cabinet space here, though, even though it's slight shelving and all, it's not the same. This is a great way to take a cabinet space that's on a wall and make it really zing, especially with color. But you could also, any of these pictures you see here, you could also, in your thought process, um, substitute, a dark walnut. Like dark walnut's just my favorite stain color, period. But um, I love colors. And, in my perfect world, my home would look like this. So moving on to complementary colors. That's what this is. This is a picture of complementary colors to the bay blue. You can see the bay blue would be over there in between that kind of, what is that, like a chestnut brown and a light seafoam green, kind of, if you will. We'll just call that seafoam green and a chestnut brown. So you have this red, this more pink, almost, let's just call it pink, a light blue, kind of like a steel blue, or a washed out soft blue. And then you have the green there, which is like a seafoam type of a green. And then there's that beautiful blue, just looking amazing. And then kind of a chestnut, kind of a honey tone after that, and another red, like a terracotta almost. And look underneath that blue, you got another washed out blue underneath that bay blue, looking really nice. And then that darker blue, I don't know what that navy blue is called. I don't know what any of these colors are called, but theoretically we can look at them and see, right? Do you like it? Let me know in the chat. It's okay. Even if I've already published this video, you can still let me know in the comments, and I answer every one of my comments. All right. Well, I just want to thank you very much for putting up with me, because I do have a cold, which means I've kind of been rambling on a little bit. And I have to keep this short because my voice is kind of going out on me. Right now, I'm going to go over here to this page. This is the Minwax page. We're going to read a little information together. So let me make this larger on the screen. I'm going to hop back over here to the page. Introducing Bay Blue, the 2024 Minwax Color of the Year. So just do a search for the Minwax Bay Blue 2024 Color of the Year. And this is the page that they have dedicated to it. So you can see you can stain your children's toys to match colors in the room or to complement colors in the room. You can use this stain to decorate, to paint your accessories in a home. So you don't have to think of this stain as something that goes on your wood cabinets only or a wood stained wall. It definitely can be used to stain accessories. Over here, we have those same pictures we looked at. There's the kitchen. There's the living room. That's different. I don't know if I showed that to you, but notice it has some accessorized furniture stained in it that looks really nice. I'd like to do some of that myself. There's that bath, and then there's the full nursery. Look at there. Really nice. That's on those cabinets, that's more like a dark walnut. It's definitely a walnut. And then this bay blue looks really nice. So can look really wonderful if you want a fancy baby room or child's room. Okay, over here we're going to read this. By continuing the natural and virtual worlds, Bay blue comforts us while acknowledging the rapid technological changes we've experienced for a modern take on luxury. This relaxing mix of blue and green expands our connection to water and wellness, moving beyond the growth focused greens of recent years for a wholly immersive color experience. It invites you to interpret design anew, to create a home that's authentically personal. Now, if you want to download the brochure, they offer that there, and you can have that on your computer. Authenticity that pulls from nature. That's Sue Kim. She's the director of marketing for Minwax. And this is her here. We're going to go ahead and pull this up and watch just a minute of this. And all these videos here, there's a video attached to each one of these images. But let's go ahead and see what Sue has to say.
Hello, I'm Sue Kim,
Hi,
Director of
everybody.
Color Marketing for
This is
Minwax.
just for
I'm excited
educational
to announce
purposes
the
only.
2024 Minwax Color of the Year, Bay Blue. Bay blue is the perfect balance of blue and green, a rich teal with a warm undertone that contrasts beautifully with the wood.
Just want to say thank you again, Sue, and I can make this larger here also, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Watery
Again.
shade elevates modern comfort through the purposeful placement of color.
Looky there. So again, this is for educational purposes only. I'm sharing this with you. Thank you very much for being here and watching.
It's an inspirational color that encourages personal, more authentic interpretations. In this comfortable gathering space, Bay Blue helps us take a breath, slow down, and relax. Pale, neutral tones balance Bay Blue's depth of color. The combination of light and dark connects us emotionally to nature's most essential hues.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, I wanted to stop that right there because look at that. Ooh, that's good. That's semi-transparent right there. That's the look that you're after. But even notice it. I mean, my eye, there's kind of a smudge right here. So it's easy to mess this up. You really have to know what you're doing. It takes a real professional to apply a semi-solid stain to woods that you want to, look right. So thank you, Sue. We're going to watch a little more. And again, I apologize for interrupting, but if I don't, I'm not utilizing this information that Minwax has provided to change it, to use it in more of an educational purpose for my customers here on the Christian Painters live stream. And respectfully, they worked really hard, and this is their they own this content, and I'm just borrowing it and hopefully adding to it.
Connects us emotionally to nature's most essential hues. Time spent on self-care helps us step back from the busyness of life. Here we express our personal style through simple lines and organic materials. Bay Blue anchors the space while natural textures add tactile interest. Just as adults need an escape from overstimulation, children need moments of quiet and calm.
Oh my goodness, that looks so good.
Kids find comfort and connect to nature through the familiar ocean-like color of Bay Blue. Earthy textures feel good.
There, I'm just going to stop it there. I wanted to stop it earlier because you can see that walnut stain on that dresser. It looks so good. That's the artist in me. No one's ever going to pay me to do that because it costs that much more money, and people are always budgeting. But my goodness, I wished I could be more decorative in my services.
Good to the touch.
And for the record, I used to be prior to the economy going bad in 2008, the banker bailout and everything. Here in Texas in particular, we have military money, meaning all the, Raytheon and Northrop Grumman, all the planes and missiles and bombs for war are made here. So that helped our economy a lot. you know, during all the wars. And then we also have natural gas. So the natural gas helped our economy a lot. So things were a lot different here in the Dallas Fort Worth area prior to the banker bailout. And I used to do, like, if you go back and watch my YouTube videos or check out my Facebook page, I used to specialize almost in faux finishes and hand trowel textures. And, I actually did them very artistically. And also stains. We used to do a lot more staining back then. All right, back to the video.
And bring children's sense into play. Bay blue is used with purpose and intention in this contemporary space. A well-designed piece like the stone-tapped end table becomes a conversation starter and future heirloom. Every nick or bump from everyday life becomes woven into our family story. Bay blue evolves with us, adding bold color to the texture of our lives. Find your inspiration.
That was important. She said, and future heirloom. That little coffee table was beautiful, and it had a semi-transparent stain on it. And with a piece of furniture like that, potentially you are creating an heirloom that your family gets to enjoy for generations.
And bring the colors of nature home with Bay Blue, the Minwax 2024 Color of the Year.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you very much, Sue Kim, Director of Color Marketing with Minwax. All right. So each one of these, when you go to the website, they all have a different take. And this is more like a short here. It's kind of loud. So just a short there. But a lot of information there on their website. And again, here's this semi-transparent with the stain there on that side and the solid with the solid stain on that side. You can pick this product up, all Minwax products, at Sherwin-Williams, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, and these other retailers. I recommend Lowe's, again, in Mansfield. Go say hi to Jonathan, really super guy. And the reason I say that specifically is there's a high turnover rate everywhere. Kelly Moore just closed. Kelly Moore is it's the biggest competitor to Sherwin-Williams. And Kelly Moore just closed 7 stores in Texas. And I posted a video yesterday that you can see on my YouTube channel. I'll share that in a minute. And, I painted the Kelly Moore manufacturing space in Hearst off of Highway 10 years ago, but I painted all those buildings. And so I know people with Kelly Moore. And so someone hopped on my video and made a comment, said, hey, I'm work down here at the manufacturing plant, and we're going to find out tomorrow. That was yesterday. So today, by now, we probably already know. And I'll be checking into that when I finish up here with this podcast. But, Kelly Moore might completely go out of business today. They might be closing down the manufacturing plant in Texas and out of business in Texas today. So the world is ever changing, and there's a high turnover rate in all industries, and paint is no exception. So when you find someone who is knowledgeable in the service industry, like Jonathan here, where is he? Yep, there he is. When you find someone who's knowledgeable, knows all the products, knows the colors, been doing this, I don't know how long, I need to ask him, but he's also just a very intuitive person. So I can tell you already that no matter what this gentleman chooses to do, he's going to do it well, because that's his nature. So I recommend that you go talk to Jonathan down at Lowe's, and he will steer you in the right direction with the products. And then he is also very respectful to me as a professional. He knows I've been doing this all these years, and I know the Valspar rep that reps all of these products. I've known him for years, and That's kind of one of the differences is that Sherwin-Williams, they have such a high turnover rate. I can't, I don't have enough fingers on two hands to tell you the good, knowledgeable service associates, but also store managers that are no longer even with Sherwin-Williams anymore. And that's just part of the industry. I don't know how to put it. I can elaborate if you like, but it ain't going to do much good. Well, if you would like to have your house painted, please forgive me because I'm just kind of rambling on. I'm a little sick today. Keeping my grandson, you can't see it here, but he was sick, and I got his cold. He goes to a daycare during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and seems like he's always sick. I'm not blaming the daycare, but that's my first suspicion. I don't know where it's coming from. I get really concerned about him because, I mean, he's had this congestion now for months, and I had double pneumonia as a child. And so I'm always concerned about chest congestion and pneumonia. It's a real thing. So anyway, I hope he's getting better, but I'm definitely more sick. And this, by the way, is in Waxahachie. If anybody's looking to have a good time playing some fun instruments outdoors with your children, most of these are in tune, and they have two metal xylophones over there. They have big outdoor drums. The one big bass drum is a wonderful like war dance drum for a Indian war dance. But these chimes, man, he just loved those chimes, as you can see in that picture there. Hey, if you need a plumber, this is Willie. Known William a lot of years, and I highly recommend him if you need a plumber. He's in Arlington. It's the Arlington plumbing surgeon, so I'd say Arlington and surrounding areas. Again, he's like anyone else. I'm sure he'd go to Plano, but you're going to have to pay him for not only the time, but the stress. It's a real reality. Just like we drive in the same traffic you drive in. And so just like driving all the way from Plano to Arlington would stress you out, well, it stresses us out. So I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for Willie, but I can tell you that he's in Arlington, services Arlington, Mansfield, surrounding areas, and I highly recommend him. Also on my YouTube channel, you will find the air conditioning and heating company that I recommend. So I'll go over there and show you that in just a minute. I want to go ahead and tell everyone that before I leave, you want to go ahead and go back and watch this video about Minwax 2024 color of the year, bay blue. But not only am I presenting colors that you can actually relate to and incorporate in your life, but I'm also making myself available for questions and answers, for free estimate, free color consultation here every time that I'm on here. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and be going over here to my YouTube channel, because I want to encourage everyone to please head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. There it is. That's what you're going to see when you get there. So head on over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And then also check this out. Go all the way down. Well, videos, shorts, live, playlist. That's one of the best things to do if you're actually needing a painter to paint your home's interior or exterior. I recommend that you go to my playlist and find an exterior that is like your home, or a interior that uses the colors that you like or that you're interested in. But down here at the bottom, I don't know why they're not at the top, you can see all my faux finishes there. That picture there is of the Burleson Chamber of Commerce. But click on that interior paint playlist or the exterior. I don't even know how many videos. There's 203 videos in that one. 158 in the interior, 200 in the exterior. So there's that. There's also the community. A lot of people don't know this about YouTube. YouTube has everything to offer that every other social media channel or service does. So you can post there and you can tag other people and all of that stuff right there. So that's my community on YouTube. So that's valuable. But down here, I want to throw out some people. There's the Kim Pratt team. We've got them right there. If you want to, you can go to our YouTube channel and Kim Pratt team. There's Troy Dorsey's karate, both of them. Now he's extreme karate, which is a step in the right direction. Troy has such a big heart that he just has helped out so many people for so long. This here Busy Bee, that's house cleaning. I haven't talked to her in a long time though, so I don't know what she's up to these days. There's the Mansfield Area Chamber of Commerce YouTube channel. There's Next Home YouTube channel. But back over here, here's Next Level Solutions right here. See if I click on this picture, I think it comes up. Let's see. All right. Well, anyway, this is his YouTube channel there, Next Level Solutions, WAC 1782. While you're there, whoa, I can't believe I'm not subscribed. While you're there, hit subscribe and all, and that's how you get all the videos. And so basically on there, he's going to have good videos of some of his jobs or enough of his jobs so that you can see that he knows what he's doing. He actually does a lot of commercial work on computer. Very highly intelligent fellow right there. And that's who I recommend for all your HVAC Next Level Solutions. So let me go back over here. We'll have a little more fun one more time and go to Kim Pratt. If you're looking for a realtor in Mansfield, Texas, wow, look at there. I'm not even subscribed there either. So hit subscribe and then you hit it a second time and go to all. And again, you can see the homes that she has listed 1 year ago, 4 years ago. So Kim Pratt team is Next Home on Main is what Kim Pratt team is. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end that. And I'm going to go over to my Facebook and encourage everyone to go to my Facebook and like my Facebook page. All right, this is my Facebook page. So that's what it looks like when you get there. I'm going to go ahead and make that full screen because it's more challenging to see. And on here, you'll find, like, there's the video right now. It's live. Here's my information on Arlington Kelly Moore Paints closed permanently, which includes the information I was talking about earlier. I'm a maintenance tech at the factory where the paint is produced. We are being furloughed, and the plant is most likely going under. There will be no more Kelly Moore. So he goes on to say again, we find out tomorrow morning. So this was yesterday. See, it says 10 hours ago. So this was actually last night. But as it seems now, the paint will close in 30 days permanently. So, it's pretty much Sherwin-Williams from here on out, everybody. I don't know all the ins and outs of Kelly Moore. I know that they used to be the, employee-owned company, and they sold out to an investment firm a year ago. And this investment firm is supposedly mismanaged Kelly Moore's business. And all I know is that, my last name is Warden, Warden. So I have justice in my blood. And the detective in me says, who is the number one benefactor of this mismanagement? And in this case, the number one benefactor is Sherwin-Williams. So in some roundabout yet direct way, I suspect that Sherwin-Williams has something to do with all of this, but that's altogether something else. Hey, look here. I was actually thinking about how I can easily get to Next Home on Main because that's what I was about to do. But these are some of my followers here on Facebook. Start over here. Right here. H&H Glass. That's who I recommend. If you need glass custom installation in your home or business, H&H is right here in Mansfield. Highly recommend them. And then over here, hello, Craig Speck. Everybody knows Craig Speck. He used to be my transportation guy. I used to rent vans and take uh, vans to Chicago every year. And my family, I used to rent vans just to take my family because of Craig. Excuse me. I should have already stopped talking. I apologize. I'm coughing and hacking here. That's why I put you on. I hit mute. I don't know when I hit mute, but I hit mute. Okay, with that, I'm just going to tell you thank you very much. I really do need your business. The reason I'm able to make this podcast this morning is because I'm not working. It's raining outside. I need interior paint. if you need interior painting, or maybe you're inspired and you'd like to get your interior stained today, that's what this is all about. Please give me a call. You'll see my business cards around town. I've got these newly designed business cards. This is my old business card with, it's not old, it's still my business card, but see all the colors and how nice it's designed. In this bad economy, my thinking is, I could be wrong, but my thought process is that when people see that card, they think, oh, that's a fancy painter. I'm probably an expensive guy. Well, I'm not. And so it would be misrepresenting. I am fancy, but I'm not expensive. So I could be misrepresenting myself there to just the average customer. So the thought process behind this scaled down look here is not to get rid of the name. Someone mentioned that to me. Oh, you're kind of getting rid of the name there. No, I'm not. I have no qualms with the name at all whatsoever. Christian Painters is the name of my business. Rockstar Treatment is my slogan, and I like it. But this is a scaled down version to kind of match our economy, because I need business. And I think when people see this and see this card and also my signs in yards or on the roadsides, that they'll think, oh, I can probably afford this person. So that's the idea. That guy's fancy, probably charges a lot. This guy looks affordable. See the difference? All right. So that's my logic behind it, in case you're wondering. All right. Well, I want to encourage you to go watch my other videos. I've got a video up of Renew Blue, color of the year for Valspar. Is that who that is? That's I forget. It's at Lowe's though. Sherwin-Williams color of the year, Upward. I've got a video up for that. Peppery, that was Sherwin-Williams color of the month for December. So I'm going to be coming up with a lot more of those. I've got video on Kale Green. That was a fun video to make. I need to do a video on Black Magic. I did a really nice video on, well, I've got one on peppercorn, but Bear's color of the year for 2024, Cracked Pepper. All right. And so with that, while you're over on my webpage, or on my YouTube channel, I do recommend that you watch my videos for customer referrals. I've got some very happy customers. And the main reason I spend so much time doing this on my YouTube channel and my social medias is not so much to pick up new business, but to make sure that I'm available for you, my happy customers. I've got a lot of tried, proven, happy customers. Unfortunately, some of them are much older and may not even be with us anymore. I don't know, So I say that respectfully and humbly, but you can see videos of this gentleman here, a lot of happy customers. I've probably got about 50 videos on my YouTube channel of customers singing the praises of Christian Painters and our services. So that's a great place to start. And if you're looking to refer my business to your friends, that's the best thing to do, is go to my YouTube channel, find the playlist for customer referrals, and share that. And the reason why is because if I were looking to hire a professional painter, if I were looking to hire a professional painter, I would, and that painter said, hey, I've got over 2,000 videos on my YouTube channel documenting my commitment to excellence, with approximately 50 videos that are customer referral. My customers talking about how satisfied they are with my services. I would definitely go over there and look. I mean, I think everyone would. If you're hiring a professional, like if you're in the market to hire a painter and you knew, hey, this guy's got over 200 videos spanning back 14 years documenting commitment to house painting excellence, not just some studio content creator, but actually seeing us do the work, putting the paint on the walls. I talk about the products we're using, the colors we're using, you can see us actually scraping the texture off of the ceiling. And I explained that whole process. I'm not claiming that I'm the only painter. I'm not, but I'm definitely one of the best. And in this area, I'm one of the best painters. I've just kind of got, thrown off for two reasons. The economy. When the economy changed, I started looking for alternative things to do with my life. I taught myself music. I started making paintings like that video I showed you here. This is one of my actual faux finishes in the background there. But I'm an artist. I paint paintings, and so I made like 120 paintings. I started putting them in. Started doing the art shows and everything. And I did sell some paintings, but I learned a very hard lesson, and that is that when you have 100 paintings, you have to store them. You have to be able to keep up with them. I wasn't able to do that, so in the process, I ended up with valuable paintings kind of scattered here and yon. Um, I've tried some things. I've got back into doing my tie dyes. I had a shop open for a year at Renfro Trade Days selling tie dye t-shirts. So I've done multiple things. And, also I taught myself music and I've recorded some music. So I'm now a recording artist, post 40 something years of age, now 58, but I just look 21. Just playing. When I watch myself on these videos, especially this side right here, I don't know what's going on and why that part of my cheek is more swelled or raised than this side. But I amuse myself saying that I look 21. I feel 21. I don't feel 58, especially when I look at my friends. Most of my friends who are 58 are on, they've had major surgeries. They're on prescription medicines. Thankfully, I'm none of that. I've never had a major surgery, and I'm certainly not on any prescription medicines or any drugs of any type. This is as druggy as I get right here, coffee. I quit drinking coffee because I was up to like a pot of coffee a day. But I quit drinking coffee to kind of reset default my coffee intake, and it's worked. Now I just drink one cup. This is my only cup, and I probably won't drink another one. It is a rainy day, and I do have a lot of computer-related stuff to do, unless someone hollers at me and needs some painting today or this week. So I might drink one more cup today, but that'll be it. 1 or 2 cups of coffee is more than enough for everyone. And then the other thing is I do eat dandelions. So I'm hoping to be able to get out and get some dandelion today to help strengthen my blood and kick this cold. I had a dandelion yesterday and the day before, but in smaller amounts. So I don't know. Normally I can kick colds. I mean, not kick them, I can prevent them. But this one, I don't know. I didn't see my grandson the weekend before. It was the first time ever that I didn't keep him. When my daughter first died, I used to keep him 5 days a week. After a year, I backed down to like 4 days a week. And then we put him in daycare so that because I spent all my life savings doing that. So I could get back to work. And so for the last 2 years, I've kept him every Thursday through Friday. But this last New Year's weekend, I didn't keep him at all. And that's the first week in the whole 4 years since my daughter passed that I haven't kept him. And it's strictly due to money. That's why if anybody's paying attention, keeping up, I have been running around town, marketing and promoting in every way I can conceive. And just trying to make enough money to where I can keep him. That's it. If it wasn't for that, I don't know exactly how I would be approaching the house painting business and Christian painters, but I don't think I'd be out hustling as much as I am. So with that, if you're listening, I'm about to wrap this up and I'm going to play some X610 Chill in its entirety, uninterrupted. My buddy David Jarvis is the artist behind X610 Chill. And here's a little treat for you. He recorded a very sexy, if you will, kind of crooner song for me to sing over. And so this Saturday past, we went to a really nice studio. Thank you. I'll have to get that information, but I'll be playing that song for you in the near future. It's recorded. I could play it for you now. I did the vocals and it turned out great. I mean, I really like it. And, to me, I kind of think of it as in the David Lee Roth crooner era with his, uh, what is it? Shade in the sunshine. I forget what it is. But, I am 58 years old. I am an artist. I do enjoy performing. And I think that as I get older, I get closer to being able to perform solo to tracking, And even if I did do this crooner, Tom Jones, Charlie Sexton type music regularly on a full-time or type of basis, I could still add a band to it, but that's just the type of music that you can sing to a track. And so that's kind of my angle on it right now. But more than anything else, I'm excited to tell you that I have a new song as a recording artist, and it's in a completely new vein and style of music. And it's thankful to X610 Chill and David Jarvis. And not only that, I use his music to talk over all the time. I'm so thankful and appreciative to be able to have good ambient music to talk over. So playing his music in its entirety is my way of saying thank you, David Jarvis, and thank you, X610 Chill. All right, so just a quick wrap up. What we've been doing is talking about Minwax 2024 Color of the Year, Bay Blue. So go ahead and rewatch this video now so you can get all the details. And if you are so inspired and you would like to hire a professional to apply a solid stain or a semi-transparent stain, give me a call, 817-473-0310. That is also how you can help me. If you want to donate to this cause, I have a PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. So you can Zelle me bank to bank at this number, 817-473-0310. So again, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, all through that number, 817-473-0310. I also have a Cash App. So if you're a Cash App type, just contact me directly and I'll give you that Cash App address. Cash App does not allow me to use the phone number, so that's why I don't really push the Cash App. If they allowed me to use the phone number and it was consistent with Zelle and PayPal and Venmo, then I would have that up there as well. I meant to put a banner up there, a little ticker that goes across the bottom that shares that information, and just kind of got busy and didn't get around to it. So one more time, if you need a professional painter, contact me, 817-473-0310. For this week only, if you happen to be listening, I'm available for anything indoors. It's raining out, can't really do anything outside. So I'll clean your house. I'll help you clean your house. I'll clean your barn. I'll clean your shed. I'll help you clean your shed. Anything laborious. I have muscle. So anything laborious or anything marketing and promotion wise, I'd love to help you promote your business. Anything I can do. I can do a podcast for you. How about that? If you're a business owner, I can create a podcast for you where I'm not even part of the podcast. I would just be the engineer, and it wouldn't cost you anything. If you're going to do it through my channel, through my StreamYard, then you would have to give me your passwords. So I recommend that you set up your own StreamYard. And if you do, look on this video, it'll provide a link where if you pay for a StreamYard, the basic account is $25 a month. Well, StreamYard credits me, and I really need the money because my StreamYard bill is due. So if you're going to get an account, please use my link, and then I wouldn't have to have your passwords to your YouTube or, your other social medias like Facebook, I can just get with you, and what you would do is make me through StreamYard. You would make me uh, oh, what's the right word? I'm just going to use the word engineer. And that's what I can do is I can engineer the whole show for you. I can put up your graphics. I can design your graphics. I can put up your personal pictures. I can put you on the screen. I can put you and your customers on the screen. I can put and say I can take my hello, hello. I hope you can hear me now. So I can take myself off of the screen and just engineer in the background. Nobody ever has to know. I can change this background. We can set up an entire podcast for you here. And there's one more thing. If anybody was really interested in hiring me to do a podcast, I have OBO. I just don't utilize it because it's easy for me just to I have if you have OBO, you still have to have a streaming service for OBO to go through. Oh, with OBO, I could make this look exactly like a news podcast. So if I were doing it for you, we can set it up to look any way you want, and then you can add like apps or add uh, features to OBO where you can do everything. You can play games with your audience. You can have contests with your audience. You can have graphics moving around, videos. I mean, all kinds of stuff is available. I just don't need all of that. But if someone were paying me to do it, I can set it up for you and you can have your very own custom interactive podcast. So any of those things I'd love to do because all I'm trying to do at the end of the day is afford to keep this beautiful son. He calls me Pops. Okay. His mom and dad passed 4 years ago. So he has the absolute best mother that anyone could possibly imagine having under the circumstances. And that's his grandmother, my ex wife, and usually my very best friend in the world. And then there's me. So we split duty with him. She has full custody of him. So I'm actually privileged to be afforded to spend as much time with him as I do. And she's counting on me, and he's counting on me. So because of that, I'm counting on you. I need your business. If you need professional painting, contact me, please. If you need anything else, laborious, contact me. I need the money. If you would like to have your own custom podcast, contact me. I'd love to set that up for you and run it for you weekly and help you build your business into 2024. That's what it's all about. It's all about social media. This is the interactive phone book. That's the best way to put it. And then collaboration is how you take your interactive phone book to the next level. So I can show you how to, talk to your friends that are business owners, your customers, and get them to interact with you. And that collaboration is how you take this social media, this interactive phone book to the next level. So with that, all of my friends listening, all of my people that I recommend and refer, please do consider coming on. And my customers, even if I've already painted your house and you're not in the market to paint again, that's okay. You can still come on and we can see your house and talk about the work that we did, things like that. So here's my appeal to everyone listening, my friends, my family, people I've networked with in business. You have an open invitation to come on and collaborate. And I'll even, if you want to come on, like at the end of the show, how I'm rambling now, I'll walk you through the process and teach you how to do this social media interactive live telephone book, and then talk to you all about collaboration. We can watch some videos together. Doesn't matter. If I say I can do it, I can do it. And what that means is that I can save you time, money, and headache. That's what I'm all about. I'm extremely efficient, and I'm all about saving time, money, and stress, headaches. All right. So with that, here comes the X610 chill. Thank you everyone for listening today. This is a song called Dogmata. And after that, I'm going to play a shorter little sweet ambient thing called Sail On, Dear Captain. Until next time, and that next time may be later today. It just depends. It depends on how I feel, and it depends on if I have work to do, because that's my first priority, is getting out and making some money. But if I'm stuck here at the house today, I will probably do another live podcast today on another beautiful color. All right. So thank you very much for being here. And until next time, this is X610 Chill.